Hello everyone, for today's video I have the brand new for 2022 20.5 foot Snowman family Christmas inflatable. This particular inflatable sold at the at-home store. And this particular inflatable is a brand new design for this year, and this is the tallest inflatable Gemmy has ever made. Now obviously there's other companies that make 20, 30, 40 foot inflatables, but yeah, this is definitely the tallest Gemmy inflatable ever made. Yeah, I really like this design. I wanted to pick this one up. My local store only received 2, including the display. So yeah, I definitely wanted to get this one. And this will once again be one of many 20-foot or taller at-home exclusive 20-foot inflatables. At Home is the only store I believe that has the 20-foot Snowman family, the 20-foot tree, and a 20-foot present stack. Home Depot and I believe Yard Inflatables have the 20-foot Santa, 20-foot Snowman. And they also, I think Yard Inflatables has a 20-foot reindeer. You can see the price there. It's definitely not a cheap inflatable. I think this is the best 20-foot or taller inflatable at the at-home store this year. Just because of how big it is, including obviously how tall it is, how wide it is, the depth of it. It's just really, you got to see it in person. It's a lot bigger than any other 20-foot inflatable Gemmy has ever made. It was very surprising to see the weight for these Christmas inflatables at the at-home. So usually, at least around me, at home usually gets their Christmas inflatables late August and puts them out early September. These were not put out until late October, early November. So that was very strange for this year. I did not know why that was. But yeah, here it is unboxed. The box is just huge. I would say it's about the same size as 2 20-foot pumpkin stacks or present stack together. It's really a huge inflatable box. Definitely the biggest Gemmy inflatable box I've ever seen. Yeah, you can see here the colossal tethers and stakes. When I got my 20-foot reindeer last year, it didn't include any tethers or stakes for some reason, so I'm glad it at least includes some. And those small metal stakes are really a joke. They really should provide better stakes for the base, the inflatable, and the base fan, especially for these colossal inflatables. And here it is unboxed, and it's definitely very well put inside the box. There's no bag around it, which I did find pretty strange, actually. Yeah, let's see what it looks like inflated. All right, so here's a 20.5 foot Snowman inflatable family inflated. And as you can see, it's a very tall inflatable, and it's really wide. Yeah, definitely the Snowman on the right. It's the tallest Snowman, and then obviously the Snowman on the left is obviously the second tallest Snowman, and the Snowman in the front, the child Snowman, is obviously the smallest Snowman. And this has, I believe, 10 C7s and a YF 125 for anyone interested in that. I did think almost that this would have 2 base fans, but Gemmy hasn't done that in a decade plus now, I believe. So I guess I shouldn't have anticipated that. But yeah, it definitely inflates very well for such a large inflatable. It takes a very, very long time to inflate, though. And it definitely needs to be staked down. Yeah, I would say this will go really well together with the 20-foot Snowman. I have that one as well as a few other 20-foot inflatables, and I definitely plan on incorporating this in the display with the other 20-foot Snowman from the at-home store. And I would say that if there's ever an inflatable that you need to add more tethers and stakes to than what's provided, this is definitely it. The stakes provided are adequate enough, but the small little metal stakes that are supposed to go in the base fan are really bad. They pull out right away. It's actually pretty much a joke. Definitely would not use those on this. I put this up numerous times and it fell over just in the slightest gust of wind. So if there's ever an inflatable to add extra tethers to, this would be it. And it has multiple spots to put stakes in. On the back here you can see there's a couple there. It's definitely not what I intend on doing long term. I'm going to use huge metal stakes I actually use for the 12-foot skeletons. They seem to work very well for the colossal inflatables. Yeah, I definitely haven't noticed any problems with the stitching There's been several inflatables that I purchased this year that the stitching, well, there's where it just hasn't been sewn correctly. There's just holes. I haven't noticed that yet on here, so that's definitely a plus. It would have been nice though if it was possible to add a fourth snowman, maybe with a bigger base fan. But yeah, it's definitely 3 snowman in a family. Obviously, it's the minimum requirement, but I think it would have been nice if there was a smaller, really small snowman, like a snowman baby. I think that would have been cool. Maybe that was like 3 feet tall, something like that. But yeah, if you're really looking for a showstopper, a centerpiece for your displays, definitely has to be the best inflatable for that. Usually the 20-foot inflatables in my display get a lot of attention, but I think this is going to get the most attention this year. It's definitely a really cool inflatable. It definitely does seem, obviously I didn't use a tape measure or anything, but it definitely seems to be the biggest inflatable compared to my house and other 20-foot inflatables. I definitely do believe Gemmy when they say it's almost 21 feet tall. Yeah, the tethers provided, once again, are adequate enough. I just wish there was more of them. Unfortunately, they're not tied at the end. What I would usually do is, since they were tied and they had obviously metal around the end for the loop, I would usually add 2 or 3 stakes in addition to the one huge plastic stake, just for security so it doesn't blow away. Yeah, those metal stakes for the base are just a joke. And you can definitely see how big it is from here, this perspective too. Yeah, that about does it for the day video. I can't wait to see what this looks like at night. I really like this inflatable. I have nothing but good things to say about it other than the price. I think it could be a little bit cheaper, but At Home does have a lot of good coupons if you're looking to get this cheaper than what's the listed price. So yeah, let's see what it looks like at night. Alright, so here's the 20.5 foot Snowman family inflated at night. It looks absolutely awesome. Obviously, because the Snowman family are light colors, these C7s do a great job shining through the fabric. They're obviously not dark colors throughout the majority of the inflatable. But yeah, it definitely does a great job. You can see every bit of the inflatable at night. You definitely don't need any sort of spotlight on or anything like that. I do really like this inflatable, and especially at night. It looks a lot better to me at night than it does in the day. I really like how it illuminates with the C7s. I've said it before in my other videos, but I really hope Gemmy makes 20-foot licensed Christmas inflatables and Halloween licensed inflatables in the future. Yeah, I don't know if the store is too hesitant to order the licensed inflatables and Gemmy doesn't want to make them for whatever reason due to cost, but I think everybody would buy licensed Mickey, Minion, Frosty, 20-foot or taller inflatables. And hopefully Gemmy makes even taller inflatables, maybe 30 feet tall. I think that would be awesome. Now you can see here that I guess you could say Snowman on the right and the Snow Lady on the left. Definitely like that they're not the same. Obviously the man, the lady, and the child. You can see the child's expression there. They're all waving, obviously. I do like that they all have scarves on. I like the design of the Snowman better than the 20-foot Snowman that was released several years ago. And even the Yard Inflatables remake of that Snowman. I just like these Snowmen a lot more than that one for whatever reason. Obviously, I think that they're wearing either a vest or a sweater. I don't know, but I like that a lot more than the regular plain old 20-foot Snowman. I just think it looks a little bit better. Add some nice color to the inflatable. I do believe these are sold out online. I did not anticipate them being as popular as they actually are. Just due to the cost. Yeah, they sold out completely online. I do know that some locations never actually received this, apparently. Maybe just a display. That is a shame. I was hoping my store would receive at least, 6, 7 of them. For them to only receive 1 plus a display, I think it's a huge flaw At Home's part. But I don't know if that's partly due to blame to Gemmy. Yeah, it is definitely a mistake, I think. This particular inflatable has multiple zippers on it. 2 on the biggest Snowman, and then obviously the base is a zipper. And after 4, 5, or 6 minutes, it definitely inflates tightly. You can see there. It's a lot better than what I expected, actually, compared to the Snowman or even the Nutcracker. For whatever reason, I think it's just inflates a lot better. Some of the 20-foot inflatables only have a YF80 in them, which is a disgrace, so at least it does not have that. That would be really, really bad. Yeah, I'm really glad it at least has a 125 in it. See here, the Kid Snowman. I do definitely like that they all have different expressions. That's great. I would have liked to see the micro LED technology used a little bit more on these colossal inflatables. Not even the 20-foot inflatables, even like the Jack Skeleton 18-foot inflatable, for their expressions, even for their eyes. Like if the Snowman had blinking eyes, I think that would be really cool with the micro LED technology that Gemmy now has. Yeah, unfortunately, it was very windy leading up to this review. Yeah, if it's the wind's above 8, 9 miles an hour, I definitely would not inflate these for whatever reason at all. Even if you had the best stakes and tethers, I just wouldn't do it. It will rip. I've had that happen to me several times on inflatables. If it's too windy, it will rip and simply will just break and rip right down the seam and right on the base fan. Yeah, if not, it will blow away. I've had that happen a couple times to me, actually. With that being said, I think this is definitely the best 20-foot or taller inflatable at the at-home store, and I really think this is the best 20-foot inflatable ever made. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching this video.